But I know that just in conversation before I've said things or a saying, and people are like, I've never heard that. What does that mean? You know?
Right.
So, but like, it's common in other languages too. I mean, in all cultures, it's very like cultural specific, like sayings or meanings of things.
Has it been hard to keep your accent since you've been over here?
Yes and no. I think I knew I didn't want to lose my accent. Obviously, it's inevitable. So I'm very in and out, I think, naturally. Um, sorry, my headphones keep falling out. So I'm very in and out. Um, and also, so I dictate a lot on whether it's just me on my phone, text messaging, or dictating my notes. And in order for the like Siri or whoever to understand me, I do have to change my accent to more American for it to spell what I'm actually saying.
That's not as cool. Like, there's no, American accents nowhere near as cool as South African or British or English.
I don't know. I just think we're so used to it, you know, like you're, I mean, Hollywood, all the movies are, I mean, not all the movies are American, but most of it, you guys kind of rule the whole entertainment industry. So it's distributed all around the world. So it's common. Whereas, like, you don't hear other accents that often.
You know, I love an Irish accent. When Conor McGregor's like, take a gargle, Dana. I love the Irish accents.
When I moved here, you know, I couldn't actually tell the difference between the American accents.
Really?
Yeah, like a New Yorker and a Texan. I mean, everybody just sounded American to me. And it wasn't until I had moved here and had lived here long enough that I started to hear all the different accents. But it's really funny because, and I don't know if this is in South Africa or maybe just non-Americans do this, but we call all of you, well, I used to.
You, what do you mean,
Now,
you people?
well, Americans, we used to call all of you Yankees. Be
Call
like,
us what?
oh, are you a Yank? Yankees.
Yankees. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
New
like
York Yankees.
we Americans Yanks. But now that I live here, like that's ridiculous.
You
Like,
Yanks.
it's huge, and I live in Texas, and so it's funny that we call everybody Yanks because like it's very specific, you know.
To New York City? Yeah.
Yeah, but in America, just I mean, in South Africa, any American was a Yank. Like
That's funny.
it was a yeah.
That's hilarious. I've actually never been called a Yank in my life, so thank you. I made it to 33.
Yeah, but go to South Africa and you piss somebody off, and they'd probably say like, "Oh, you bloody Yank." It could be like, "I'm not from New York," and they're like, "You're American." Like, doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah, it's
No,
true.
you know, like I just don't think, just like how you wouldn't understand nuances of South Africa, right? Like how South Africa is just like a country, one big country, like you know, different cities or different parts of the cities have different things associated with. Like you wouldn't know that.
Do y'all have the same accent all the way through?
No. Well, yes and no. So South Africa was settled by the British and the Dutch, and then so there's British descendants, which I'm part British. Like my dad is from England. And I'm actually Jewish, so a lot of my other ancestors are Polish and Lithuanian, but majority English. And then there's the Dutch settlers, and they're Afrikaans. And I don't really know how to explain the accent. I actually did have more of an Afrikaans accent before I moved to the US because I was just around a lot of like Afrikaners. And so my accent was naturally, I don't know if you would necessarily call it stronger, but you can definitely notice a difference between like English descent and Afrikaans or Dutch descent. And then there's 11 official like African languages, not just African languages. There's hundreds of Africans, like different African tribes and languages spoken within South Africa, but 11, oh, sorry, nine official African languages of the country. In total, there's 11 official designated languages of South Africa. English, Afrikaans, and then the 9 African languages.